Is the primary goal here to get the cost down of out-of-pocket payments by patients, or is it to affect the overall price of health care on the economy?
Each and every one of those things. We want to get down list prices. We want to get down net prices that we pay through negotiated discounts, and we want to reduce the out-of-pocket spend of our senior citizens, and we want to reduce the foreign freeloading off of American investment in innovation.
So let me ask one specific question. We're putting up on the screen here sort of an outline, as we understand it, more use of generics, rebates passed on to patients, seniors paying less, and also getting other developed countries to pay more. So it's sort of an outline that we've been told will be in there. Let me specifically talk about one thing, and that is bargaining between the United States government and the pharmaceutical companies. What role will that play, if any, in this plan?
That's going to play a very big role, but what we're going to do is we're going to be using private market competitive tools to do so. So what the president has said is he wants us to negotiate better and smarter deals. So we've got parts of our program right now that they negotiate okay, but we need to bring those tools that they have, like our Part D prescription drug program, and give them the modern tools the private sector has to negotiate, so unleash them. We've got parts of our drug program that we don't negotiate at all. We just get a bill and we pay it plus a markup. And we need to introduce private sector negotiating tools to those drugs and those interactions with Big Pharma also. That's what the president's going to be aiming for.
And what's the reaction of pharma going to be, do you expect?
Listen, every player in this system is going to have to be a constructive part of this. This system is very broken because every incentive in it is towards higher list prices over and over again, higher out-of-pockets for patients. And we're looking at a fundamental shift in this entire system. It's not going to be overnight, but the president is rolling out the most comprehensive approach to prescription drug price affordability of any president in history. It is systemic. It is multi-stakeholder. It is multi-factored. It's comprehensive.
You said it's not going to be overnight. Do you have a sense, not a precise date, but a sense of how long it'll be before we actually see some of these drug prices come down to patients?
Well, you know, we've already seen tremendous action already by the president during his term. Last year, the FDA approved more generic drugs than ever before in history, yielding an annual savings already of over $8 billion. He's already made changes to the Medicare drug program where senior citizens are saving $320 million out of pocket a year. That's already happened. A lot of the changes, we have over 50 actions that we're going to be calling for in this blueprint today. And a lot of those changes are ones that we can drive, we believe, administratively. Some will require congressional action, as with the budget proposals that you mentioned earlier. And some of them are going to be some very disruptive, changing of the entire system concepts that we're going to be laying out there, saying we need to have a national debate and discussion about a complete reform of the incentives and approaches in this drug channel system.
So let's talk about one aspect of those incentives, and that's pharmacy benefit managers. Are you willing to repeal or do away with the safe harbor provision in the antitrust laws?
So we need to have a very serious discussion about the incentives in the system, because right now the way it works is whether you're a pharmacy benefit manager or a pharma company or a distributor, everybody in this system benefits from higher list prices because they're all wetting their beak on a percent of list price. Everybody's winning except for the patient and the taxpayer here. And this system of high list price, big discounts, capturing some of that, pharma paying PBMs, insurance companies paying PBMs. That's just the system we have. It doesn't suggest anything about evil intent, but we got to look at that and see do we have the right incentives here to get those list prices down and negotiate the best deals.
Some of the people who have gotten list prices down, so to speak, are some other developed countries around the world who've really taken action to keep their costs of drugs down. One of the proposals, I understand, is going to be saying, wait a second, we're not going to be doing that anymore. We got to get those prices up so it's more even. Is that going to bring the prices down here to get their prices up?
Well, it's a two-part strategy on dealing with this foreign freeloading. We need to bring what we pay down. So we've got this full slate of initiatives that will over time work to bring what we pay down for our drugs, because we're overpaying now. Then we need to use our trade agreements and the power the United States has to get other countries to pay more of their fair share. Because what they're doing right now is they're socialized systems, they're picking and choosing medicines, they're denying access to their patients, and they're basically precluding drugs unless unless they pay below market reimbursement for products. And, you know, God help you if you get cancer in one of these countries in terms of access. And that's where the president's approach is vastly more sophisticated than some of these trite answers that people have. We want to both bring affordability to our system, but we want to keep access and we want to keep innovation for this new golden age of medicines that we're on the cusp of.
And I dare say, Mr. Secretary, no one, no American, no patient is going to disagree with that. But the experience in the past has been proposals come up, and let's be frank, the president talked about it. There are a lot of lobbyists working for pharma in this country, in this city, and they get it repealed. How are you going to get past that this time? Because there's going to be a lot of resistance to this.
There may be a lot of resistance, but my message to everybody in this channel and in this system is we're going to do what's right for patients. The president's going to put American patients first. We're going to make drugs more affordable in this country, and you can be part of the solution, and you can be constructive and help us get to those results by redesigning a system that works for patients and taxpayers, or you can keep being part of the problem. I think they're going to be constructive because I think they're going to see this is the pathway to that combination of affordability, access, and innovation that the president's designing.